Okay, time now is 9:34 a.m. on May 26th. We're 50 days away from graduation. Oh my god. I'm so tired. I slept from like 5:10 to 9:30. So 4 hours and 20 minutes. God damn it. I just really want to sleep earlier, but I just can't because I just have so much to do every single night. So, yeah. I hope a miracle happens and I can finish the essay film class readings and finish studying the Zhuangzi test together. The Zhuangzi test, I don't know, I think it should be easy. It's not really about taking notes because, unlike Kongzi, Confucius, Zhuangzi isn't really a lot of reciting, more of just understanding. And then the essay film class, I have half an hour of a film to watch left, and also a big 38-page reading to speed through before class today. So I'm so fucking tired. Um, I'm so tired. I want to go back to sleep again. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I can't remember my dreams. I haven't really been dreaming. Okay, I think I can wake up naturally tomorrow. There's no class tomorrow morning, which is great. But I do want to go to bed like 4. So let's hope I go to bed at 4 a.m. That would be sick. Um, yeah. I don't even know if coffee works at this point. I'm just so dead inside. Even after drinking coffee, I will fall asleep. So, yeah.
Mine for Churchill.
What the hell?
I've been there, but actually, why did
What are they selling?
this line?
Why do you say it so officially?
Okay, boys and girls, time now is 3:17 a.m. in the morning. It's so late. I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. Today is kind of basically the last day of the school week, which is really crazy. Again, I technically only have 3 days of school in 1 week. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Fridays I have discussion, but tomorrow I don't have discussion because we have the test today. So that kind of, usually if I have a test for my complet class, then the Friday discussion section is not going to happen. But yeah, this morning I was so tired and I planned to wake up earlier so that I could finish watching Tongues Untied, which I had about half an hour to go, and finish studying for the Zhuangzi test, which I have today for a complet class, plus finish doing the reading for my essay film class, which is so much fucking stuff to do for classes. It's so inconvenient that on Thursdays I have 3 classes in a row, and then sometimes I'm going to have a complet class test plus the readings I need to do for the essay film class immediately afterwards, just back to back, double the workload. So it's a bit torturous today, really, especially in the morning. So it's extra torturous, the fact that I didn't want to wake up. I woke up like 4 times, woke up at 9:20, and then went back to bed for 10 more minutes, woke up at 9:30, did a video, and then went back to bed, and then 9:45 I'm awake, and then I'm like, nah. And then I laid on my bed without an alarm, which is so risky. But alas, at 10:20, I was awake. And then at that point, I basically have about 10 minutes to brush my teeth and immediately get the fuck out. So, yeah, no, I didn't have 10 minutes. I had more than 10. I had 20 minutes. Because I thought I could take the late bus, the 10:50 late bus, to school. So I brushed my teeth, immediately ate some bread, and finished watching Tongues Untied with 5 minutes left before the end of the film, which sucks, but I guess it happens. And then I immediately unplugged my laptop. I took all my charging stuff, whatever, stuff it in my backpack. Also, goddamn, why is my acne acting up? I don't know why. Stuffed everything into my backpack, and then went out, and then I watched the bus in front of me zooming away. What in the actual fuck? And it's so funny because the transit app was like, the bus will come in 1 minute, but then on the map on the transit app, it shows the bus having already arrived at the bus stop. So there we go. I missed the bus, so I walked to school. And I was late to class for like 12 minutes, but I don't really care. And I arrived in class, and I didn't even pay attention. The whole time I did my reading for my essay foam class. And then the class ended at 12. Usually goes from 11 to 11. It usually goes from 11 to 12:20. It ended at 12 because the professor wants to go to a talk, and it's like an extra credit thing. You can follow along, but everyone left. And so I left. I went to DMC. I sat down and I continued to study for my drawings test, and also did a little bit more for the reading for the essay foam class. I finished studying ish. I went to the classroom to do the test, and I did the test. And oh boy, it's easy. Again, it's really strange because it's really different from the first test for this class, which is about Kongzi/Confucius. That test is a lot of like citing exact passages and defining keywords. This test is much shorter. It's just pick 3 out of 4 short passages, and then just write about them. Just explain them, So I wrote 3 pages on a blue book, 1 page per question per passage, and then about 1 hour into the test, I'm done. And by then, a good 1/4 of the class is already done with the test. It was really easy, and it's a relief. So the remaining time, I went to SCA. I bought a cheese Danish. G Gonzalez was behind me, and I said hi to them. I'm tired of not saying hi to people. I should start saying hi to a bunch of people, even though I'm only slightly, familiar with them. I should just say hi to everyone. I have 50 days left in this school. I have 50 days left. I should just say hi to whoever I see. So anyways, I tried to finish the readings. And there's also this truck that's providing burgers and fries for free, but it arrived at 12 at noon, and by then it was like 1:30 p.m. and I showed up to the truck and it's all gone. It's all sold out. Anyways, I ate my cheese Danish. I went to the 3rd floor, sat down on a bench, did my readings, and holy testicles, the reading is so tough. I don't know what the fuck is going on. And then I gave up. I only read maybe half of it, and then I'm like, who cares? So I went to the essay foam class, and we did the quiz, and obviously, because I didn't finish the reading for the first time, I didn't complete a reading for the class. There are a couple questions where I genuinely don't know how to answer, so I'm just guessing. But you know what? It's just one quiz out of the, 10, 11, 12 quizzes. So I'm sure if I get a low score on this one, it's fine. But yeah, we had the essay film class, and it was fine. It was fine. I didn't speak up much. I don't know why, but my voice lately has been particularly raspy, which I didn't really like. Yeah, everything's fine and okay and dandy, and yeah, we watched Blue, and I dozed off multiple times. I knew it was gonna happen, but I tried my best to stay awake. But yeah, It's the whole film is just a blue screen. During break before blue, me and other people, Max, Yuchen's friend, we went to Coffee Bean, and I ran into Hugo, and then I and Hugo talked a little bit, and then behind us, in the line, is the professor, is the Japanese professor, and then it was very awkward because the Japanese professor was standing next to Max, but they weren't really talking, and then the Japanese professor approached me and was like, "You're from Hong Kong, right?" And I'm like, "Yes." And she's like, "I just watched this Stephen Chow movie called God of Cookery and at a Lamo Draft House." And I'm like, "What?" And so we talked a little bit, and then I introduced her to Sub Club. Apparently, she doesn't know. I thought she would know, but I told her that they're playing a bunch of experimental films. Anyways, it was really nice. And then I talked more during class with the professor about Yellow Movies, which is like an art piece about like film and what is cinema. It's just really nice that we get to get, more comfortable just talking to the professor. Anyways, class dismissed. I followed Yu-Chen and Max to Momota Ramen restaurant again. I don't know why they love eating ramen. It's the fourth time I've had ramen with that group of friends, and again it's mid. Again, it's mid as hell. I didn't like it. And then I waited for a little bit, and then I called a Lyft and went back home. So it didn't really run into anyone today of particular, but I thought it's fine. But at 9 p.m., I went to Click2View meeting, and I feel like I've gone to Click2View meeting so many times that I just feel comfortable in it. I was on a chair, and I'm just like standing there, and I'm just chilling and vibing. And in the beginning of the meeting, there's like this identification thing. Also, I was like 15 minutes late. There's an identification thing where we look at a bunch of like women Wojaks and identify with them. And there's like the social reject Wojak, who is a nihilist, listens to loud music, and hates everyone, and is socially leftist. And I'm like, that's just me. And like there's like the Roar XD girl, there's like the gamer girl, there's like the smarty. I'm none of those. So I'm like, I'm a social reject, but I don't hate everyone. I hate someone, and everyone laughed. And then the meeting was nice. I was so sleepy, but Swanon Biggs and Michael Freda, they were there, and Michael Freda did a workshop on green screen, and it was very short because we spent most of the meeting just watching this one very long experimental film. And a bunch of people were there. Cheyenne was there, Tavishi was there, but a bunch of people are also not there, like Garrett and Shalin. I feel like, I don't know why, but Garrett's barely there this semester, and also Rachel Barris isn't there. Who isn't there, right? Sunny wasn't there. Liam Wadey wasn't really there. But yeah. And then after the meeting, we just talked, which is the best part, anyways. I ended up talking to. I want to talk to Colin. Colin has this new look. Colin looks like a late 70s, early 80s rock star with like spiky hair, bleach eyebrows. He looks punk as fuck, and I was like, "You look great," in the middle of a conversation, just out of nowhere. And then Cheyenne and Daniela Chico were like right next to me, and they were talking. So I'm like, the whole time I'm just listening quietly. And then Julia Porter kind of joined in the conversation, and Cheyenne was talking about how she's going to Seattle soon to join Julian for the NFFTY Film Festival, the National Film Festival of Talented Youth. And there's this guy, this 45-year-old guy, who is paying Cheyenne to do weird shit, pay for her flight ticket. It's like, what the fuck? Like, Cheyenne's the type of girl who would like be in these kinds of situations. And then Cheyenne's like, oh, I wanted to organize a free the nipple party. Of course, Cheyenne would want to do a nude party, and Cheyenne's also invited to another nude party, because of course. It's like one of those things. It's like, wow, I heard there's like a cocaine orgy happening. Nah, there's no way. That's the stuff you hear on Netflix shows. And then Cheyenne would be the kind of girl who was like, "Oh, really? I've been to one like last month." So that's that. But yeah, after the meeting, we talked a little bit. Talked to I don't know. I'm just so much better at socializing now, I guess. So Rachel, Shin, Anya, Colin, Leandra, they were leaving and they were going around USC Village in the campus entrance, sticking up posters for the upcoming Click to View party. And I'm walking that direction anyways, and I want to join, because I need to call a free lift at the USC Village anyways. So I joined and I helped Colin put up posters and we talked. I told Rachel, Shin, and Colin about my piercings, and Colin's like, "Oh yeah, I noticed them. They look good." But I was like, I don't know if they were there before or not. Like nobody really noticed. But yeah, it was so, I don't know why, but like, I feel really comfortable talking to Colin now. And Colin's asking me about Can, and then we talked a little bit about just this and that, the workshop. So yeah, next week I'm doing the workshop, so I gotta look good. Yeah, anyways, I call a Lyft back home, and then I made steak, and then it's like fucking 2 a.m. after that. Like, how? I don't know. But it's such a huge relief having finished the Zhuangzi test and also the essay film class stuff, I guess. And then for a little while, I don't really have much to worry about, so I can focus on writing the Empire version 2, and then also just focusing on my own shit. Yeah. So it's a relief, and I don't have to wake up early tomorrow, which means natural wake up. Ooh, I'm excited for that. And this weekend's gonna be a banger after banger, because tomorrow night the Woo's birthday party. On Saturday there's the Click to View party. Tomorrow night there's also Garrett's birthday party, and I don't know. Okay, so okay. Tomorrow there's Dry Leaf at the Aero Theater, Garrett's birthday party, which I may not go, and then the Woo's birthday party. Saturday I have therapy, and then at night I have the Golden premiere, Daniel Pan's short film Golden, and then immediately after that premiere I'm heading to the Click to View party. And then on Sunday I have the Whip photo shoot and the free dinner. I also Whip, they posted an 11-second ad for Whip. I tagged Harley tagged me back saying Enoch the Goat, which probably doesn't mean anything, but I honestly think my production design was god awful. Harley was like, "No, it's not that bad. We ate with the Christmas party. We ate." Again, you're Chinese. You don't have to use American slangs like that. You don't. You're not obligated to use these words like that. Yeah. And then I think that's it. I think what else? Yeah. I was gonna say something. I forgot. Yeah. I think I talked to Maisie today again. Did I? Something like that. Something small. Maisie's like a comedian. Like Maisie made an Instagram story where she's showing off slugs that she found at some place, and she's talking to the phone. She's like a social media influencer. Like, oh my god, I thought she's like a quiet, emo, like sad girl, fucked up sad girl. Like, I didn't know she's funny like that. Jeez. I really hope she shows up to the Click to View party. Anya was like, bring a normal person, bring your most normal friend so that we'll freak them out. Like, it's like, Click to View is like not even hiding the fact that we are weird as fuck. And again, it's kind of reactionary. I feel like we aren't actually that weird. Like real. I feel like in other smaller art schools, you would have real goths and real, like emo people walking around holding fish and chewing on sugar cane, and I feel like there are real weirdos out there. Like, Click2View is weird, but it's weird in a palatable way. It's weird in a way where we can still hold meetings and nothing that crazy happens. Anyways, I still haven't unpacked this. I'm gonna unpack it tomorrow. I just want to sleep now. Okay, time now is 1:40 p.m. on May, fucking hell, man. March 27th. Yeah, I had a good sleep. I slept from 4:50 to so I woke up by the alarm at 9:40 something, because I set an alarm and I forgot. Or my alarm that I set for yesterday, it turns out it's also activated on Friday for some reason. So anyways, I woke up around that time, but then I went back to bed, and I was sort of half awake, half asleep for a little while, and then around 11:45, Mary started blasting electronic music. But I'm not mad at this point. I have to wake up around that time anyways, but I still laid on my bed until around 12-ish, 1, suddenly a bunch of random kids showed up in this apartment, and they are literally knocking on every door because they're on tour. They're touring the apartment. So my hair is a mess. I literally just woke up. I'm in my pajamas. I opened the door for them. They didn't go in. They just looked, and I talked with them a little bit. It's 4 kids, and they're all wearing matching t-shirts. They were freshmen probably. Yeah, so they're oh, it's chill. I told them I just woke up, and they're oh, it's chill. But yeah, anyways, that's that. Yeah, so today I'm excited to go see Dry Leaf. I'm gonna be fully awake, hopefully, for the film, and then immediately afterwards I'll go to Garrett's party for a little bit, and then to the Woo's birthday party. So it's gonna be quite of a busy day. Yeah, I'm also gonna start working on the Empire version 2. I'm gonna start looking for jobs. I'm gonna start I'm gonna just start doing stuff, continue doing stuff, and also unpack my luggage. It's been here for 5 days. It took me 1 day to pack, 5 days to unpack. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
What? Not that fast.
What? Bruh.
For making the trip to Los Angeles. We just watched Dry Leaf, and we'll be watching the rest of your films this weekend. So I want to say a big thank you first of all.
No, thank you. We can be here. It's amazing, and also think. Well, we worked the first time together, I think, on our previous film, and it was clear. I mean, I'm making a film, and I know I'll need some music, and I have a brother who is a musician whose music I like. Easy to solve, but of course it was our first time to work on a feature film together, and we worked very differently. On the previous film, I had some ideas maybe how we wanted it, and then talking about working with father, I don't know. But this element of the the challenge which you mentioned of filming something which is not visible. It immediately gives me a lot of energy that because you start to think, because it's something I don't know, I've never done it. And I'm not finished. I think this is one way of doing it, very simple way, but then the challenge is not done. So I think I will work with the same people in our later films.
Yeah. And apart from like your father and Ron, you're working with all of these people in these villages. Are they all non-actors, or are they people you just find, or how did you convince them to be in the film, or how's that process? And are you both sort of talking to them and convincing them?
Yeah, actually, when first I wrote the script, there was much more characters and much more written dialogue, which later didn't make it all because we completely abandoned the script and went on this kind of intuitional trip. So none of this was written, or none of this was written whom we meet and what we do with them. So it was really one coincidence of part of everything. So for me, it was really, till now, I think with every film, it's trying to see more and more precise. And of course, for me, this camera in that sense is life-changing experience.
Do you still use it as your phone?
No, I was using it until 2019. And then I got trapped, like we were starting to prepare my previous film. And producers said, like, you have to have a smartphone because, I mean, you are too slow. Like, our director was to send pictures of some chairs and she's buying it now or not, and you answer only next day. It's too slow. But, the joke is that she said, like, okay, you just have it for this few months and later get rid of it, and now, 7 years later, I'm here with my smartphone. Then it's hard to get rid of it.
So like if you go on a walk, do you take your sunglasses and still? That's the story here.
Okay, I'm ready. Water collection. Water collection.
Wait, first. What do we do? What do we do? Wait, yeah. Happy birthday!
What the hell?
Wait, Jake. Wait. Yeah, I take that. Yeah.
They don't care if you drop it on.
Otherwise, we might have or can we use cupcake?
I don't think they're doing I think they just get
What is this DP?
Okay, time now is 3:57 a.m. in the morning. It's late. I'm gonna go to bed soon. Yeah, today I felt like I didn't spend much time in my own home. I woke up, felt okay. Yeah, just really tired and didn't really do anything. I went to the bathroom, which was really smart. It's smart for me to go to the bathroom after I wake up because there's no way in hell am I going to the bathroom at night. Yeah, more on that later. But yeah, I thought I had time to like film a review and edit some stuff and watch some Stranger Things. Turns out I didn't have time to do anything. Because I at like 5-ish p.m. By the way, I woke up, I left my bed around 1. No, I left my bed around 2. And 5 p.m., which is not too long after I woke up. Max, Yu-Chen's friend, DM me, and I DM him, and I'm like, can you drive me? And he was like, sure. What's your address? I'll pick you up in 10 minutes. And I'm like, what? 10? Yeah, because they wanted to like go out and get some food first before we watch the film. So they ended up picking me up about 20 minutes later, but yes, so 20 minutes. I changed my clothes, I hopped out. I didn't do anything so far in the day. So yeah, went out at around 5:30 maybe. I was picked up by Yu Chen's friend. And Yu Chen, I also saw Sang Wei, who is, I thought she's Chinese British. Turns out she's Korean British, but she's Yu Chen's friend. And then all four of us, we went to Aero Theater. And then nearby, we went to an Italian restaurant called Roasty. And right off the bat, when I arrived at the restaurant, it looked really fancy. And I'm like, oh fuck. I don't know if I can afford this. When Yu Chen's friend told me that they wanted to grab food, I was already like, I wanted to say no, but if I say no, then they won't even drive me. Like, they want to get food. So, we arrived, and holy shit, the food is expensive there. It's like 20 at the least. And if I want pasta with meat, the cheapest dish is $24. So I got that one. I got rigatoni with sweet sausage and peppers. And it's fine. I feel like I could make something like that at home. Maybe the portion is not that big, but it's fine. The pasta is not mind-blowingly good, but I'm in the mood for pasta. I want a good pasta. So anyways, fine. I spent a lot of money. $24 after tax and tips, like 30? And then we were late. We were maybe 3 minutes-ish late to the screening of Dry Leaf at Aero Theater. I was a little bit anxious, but it's fine. We arrived and we all sat at the front. Turns out there's actually not a lot of people in the theater, even though this is literally the West Coast premiere of a film that went to Locarno Film Festival. Not a lot of people showed up. It wasn't a packed theater or anything, which is so surprising. But I mean, I get it. It's very obscure. It's a 3-hour Georgian film. But yeah, we watched it. We missed maybe the first few seconds, but it's fine. And it was a good experience. I enjoyed the film, even though I probably fell asleep maybe 5 times. It's also really challenging. It's 3 hours, and the whole film is shot on a shitty digital phone. But, yeah, watched it. And then we had a Q&A, which was pretty short. Left the theater, and I ran into Matt Chan. Of course, I was looking around because I knew Matt was going to be there, but Matt was there. And I think this is my first time seeing him since the fucking, RachelOrmond.com. No, since Nirvana, the band that showed the movie. So, yeah, got to see him. I don't know why, but maybe it's just me maturing, but I feel less scared speaking to him. Like, Matt showed up, and I asked him how he's doing, and he's like, yeah, I'm a bum now. I don't go to school. I have no work. I'm a bum. And he asked me if I'm going to Cannes, and I'm like, yes, but only the second week. And he's like, oh, yeah, because you're graduating. And it was nice. And he showed me that he's almost done with working on a film. He has 1 day left, and it's this crazy green screen film that he's working on. And I'm like, wow, it's cool. But yeah, and then he just disappeared. He didn't even say goodbye. He just walked away. There's another friend that he's going with, but yeah. So anyways, Yu Chen and friends drove me back home. And by the time I got back home, it was about 11:15. Now, the original idea was I'm going to go to Garrett's birthday party, and then I will go home to make myself a quick dinner, and then I'll go over to the Wu's birthday party. But since it's already 11:15, we can forget about Garrett's, because that party started at 9. So what happened? Well, I made myself dinner, and it's very simple. It's just a grilled cheese sandwich, some salad, barely a dinner, honestly, but it's fine. I'll eat an apple right now. But most important thing is I need to collect water, because from 12 at midnight until 8 a.m. in the morning, there's not going to be water, which is so fucking bad, because I usually take showers at like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. And so this is a very terrible timing for me. So literally, I don't know what to do. The best thing I can do is just collect water. So I literally collected a lot of water. I filled it up in my electric kettle and I heated it up so that it would be hot or warm-ish. I filled up a bucket full of water and then a big pot full of water and a small pot full of water. So hopefully that's enough for me to wash my hands. I also washed my face and hair a little bit. Not very effective, but I tried. So if I can survive taking a shower and brushing my teeth with the remaining water, also I have enough water to drink, I should be good. But yeah, it's so stupid that it's like 8 hours of no water. Okay, right. Another huge news that actually happened shortly after I woke up. So today is Friday, I believe, right? So the 480 is announced. And as you can see, I'm not smiling right now. I'm not fucking smiling. Because, once again, I got rejected. Yeah. Before I even opened the email, I already knew. I already had the sense. I don't know why. I was like, my sixth sense is telling me it's not happening. Today doesn't feel like a lucky day. I opened the email and here we go. I'm not included in the list. Neither is Daniel Pan, neither is Garrett, neither is Keisha. I immediately DM'd Daniel Pan, and then a little while Daniel Pan texted me saying, 480 is out. Fuck my life. Fuck my life. And he's really angry. I'm not that angry. I think it's because it's my second time being rejected from 480, and also because I knew I was going to be rejected anyways. Like, I was expecting to be rejected anyway, so I wasn't really that angry. And another thing is, I actually spent less effort writing the scripts this time around. Even though I feel like my scripts this time around are better, I spent less time on them. And I was less worried and stressed over them. So I don't feel that bad about being rejected, but it is a huge bummer. I still feel a bit bitter, a bit butthurt about being rejected. Yeah, because it's my last possible chance. Last semester, I was like, it's my last chance. And then now I have this semester, which is the real last chance. Yeah. So Jayun's friend, this Chinese-American girl, Emma Yan, she got 2 scripts in there. And then Rachel Barris is in there. Rachel Barris is shortlisted, which is so crazy. I didn't know Rachel had it in her. But congrats to her. Seda Papazian also wrote a script and got in. I feel like, okay, I get Rachel's an anthropology major. But I feel like overall, they do value production majors and screenwriting majors for the scripts. So I feel like I already come at a disadvantage. And I think second of all, my style is ultimately not USC style. And I embrace that. I wrote 2 scripts. The second script is this really confusing horror film. USC doesn't like confusing. That's fine. I know they were going to reject it anyways. The first film, it's a pretty conventional film, but it's also anti-establishment. It's anti-AI. It's anti-establishment. And it kind of gets under USC skin. And if they don't like it, then so be it. I'm not going to make a pro-AI film just so that USC would pick it, you know? And the title is literally a Karl Marx reference. Like, if USC actually picked a film in the shortlist and the title is a Karl Marx reference, it's hilarious. And they didn't go with that. But if they did, it would be fucking hilarious. Yeah. So yeah, not much else. And the producers and directors. So yeah, Colin and Anya weren't shortlisted for directing. Fuck. But Finn Yu is shortlisted for producing, which is shocking. I thought she's more, I don't know, first AC? I don't know. But I'm happy for her. But anyways, that's that. I quickly went over to the Woo's place. At around 12:45, I arrived. I thought I was late because the party's supposed to start at... No, not 12:45. 12:15. The party's supposed to start at 11:15. Turns out I'm early because there's only so the Finn Liu friend group, that's Cynthia Nguyen and Naomi Zika, they're there, but Finn is not there. So I'm like, oh, I wish I could see Finn because she's so cool. I saw who else did I see? Yeah, Naomi Zika, but Cynthia Nguyen and Lily Yong are Finn's friend group, and then and then Jacob was there. Jacob talked a little bit. And then a few other people started showing up, like Daniel Pan showed up. Not a lot of people showed up, but yeah, Kate Xiao and Kei Shay, hardly the usuals. And eventually the Wu showed up and we gave them a surprise. Daniel Pan was already drunk. Turns out he went to Garrett's party right before this, and Daniel's just super enraged about 480. I'm glad someone else is more salty than me about this 480 thing. But yeah, we threw the Wu's a surprise, very fast party. Just like shared cake. We made the Wu's watch on Canva. A bunch of people, including Finn, made a bunch of posts where people post photos and they say happy birthday, which is so crazy. I've never had a birthday like this. I've never, not even close. If I could have a birthday where I could have a dinner with friends, it's already good enough. And even that isn't happening. But this is such a glamorous birthday, right? There's alcohol, and they're taking shots, and we had cake, and we took some photos. Not really photos, but like not photos of me, but photos of them. And then that's it. And then everyone just sort of started leaving, and and then not much else. Jacob, I feel nice though. I felt very much part of them, which wasn't exactly the case during Thanksgiving last year. Like during Thanksgiving last year, it was like kind of awkward. Like, am I part of them? Am I not? And again, I'm not in their group chat or whatever, but I think it's fine. Thanos Pereira was there, right? Which is really random, but he's everywhere and he's famous. Like a big studio called him or called someone to ask for him to ask him to do stunts, and then apparently Thanos told me he got into trouble because of my 290, which is so shocking. My 290, like no one knows about my 290. What are you talking about? But Thanos is like, oh, like someone wanted like a 480 wanted to hire me to do stunts, and they were like, oh, but there's this trouble thing with another film, and Thanos thought maybe it's my film. I don't know, but yeah. Jacob talked to me. Jacob he got his ear piercing. So tons of people. Okay, so I saw John Kim and Bien Bagui. And first of all, it's already really crazy that John Kim and KJ are in the same room together. They're not supposed to. And also Jacob. All of them have ear piercings, and I never really realized that. I never really noticed people's ear piercings until I get my own. And Jacob's like really surprised that I have ear piercings. Jacob kept asking me about it, like, when did you get it? Like, why? And I'm like, why did you get it? Because I wanted to get it for like 2 years. I guess it's good that at least one person is having such a reaction to it. But Kate also later was like, oh yeah, I never noticed that you have ear piercings. Was it there the whole time or is it new? And I told her it's new. Again, it's so funny that sometimes people don't know and they're like, was it there the whole time? But yeah, I definitely think the ear piercings added to my persona. I like them, and they're not that much of a burden. And also these days I sleep, and the last couple of days I feel less stress about rolling my head around. I think on the first few days you can't really do that, but now I think it's fine. Yeah. Anyways, what else? Yeah, the Wus are here, Daniel's here, Ethan Kwan's here. Not much else. So they all, a bunch of them decided to go to Yang Guofu to have dinner. I can't. I need to go home, so I left. But yeah, it was fine. Fine day. I like that the weekends are actually the days where the most things happen. Like the weekdays where I go to classes are just like not You know, I just run into people from time to time, but it's the weekends that count. I'm excited for tomorrow. I need to wake up early for therapy, but yeah, I'm really excited for the click to view thing. I'm gonna dress up. I'm gonna look nice. I tried to cut my own hair today. Like, my sides didn't exactly work, so I'm gonna gel my hair tomorrow. I'm gonna shave, gel my hair, put on lipsticks, put on nail polish, and it's put eyeliner. It's gonna be great. Just forget about 480. Fuck 480. In some ways, I think being chosen for 480 is like a mark of shame. You know, it's just like, yeah, it's just a mark of shame. It's just, great. I wrote a script so conventional and dumb enough so that USC will like it, and so that it fits the vision of this capitalist, whitewashed, gentrified machine. But no, my place right now in this film world is I'm an experimental filmmaker. Not too experimental, but I'm more left field. I'm left field, I'm bold, and I'm second/third cinema. You know, I'm not first cinema. And I'm all about the festivals. I'm all about the arts. So, yeah, I think if I wrote a script and USC liked it, that would be weird. Like, you know. So I'm fine. Maybe it's not fine for Daniel, because Daniel is not like me. His scripts are very very general. I wouldn't say they're bad, but they're very commercial. Who cares? If I do masters, I'll continue trying, because I thought, why not? At the end of the day, it's all shits and giggles. Like, I submitted scripts for shits and giggles. I'm going to Cannes. If I don't go, I'm not going to die. I just want to go for fun. And, you know, internships is kind of a shits and giggles thing. A lot of things are just shits and giggles, really. Okay. That's all. That's all. Okay, time now is 10:39 a.m. in the morning on May 28th. March 28th. Yeah, I slept from 5:40 to like I don't know, 10:20, I guess. Yeah, so like 4 hours of sleep, basically. Not good. I'm really sleepy. I don't know why I decided to sleep so late. But then again, it's not my choice. I just had nothing, I just had too much to do. I didn't even watch any Stranger Things last night. I tried to watch a little bit of it, and 10 minutes in, and it's already too late. Yeah. I had a very interesting dream, though. Me and a group of many people I know, we ended up in this small African town. And it felt both like southern Italy, but as I learned more about it, turns out we're at South Africa. And it's just this random town in the seaside. That's like very, very small. And everyone gets free food. And there are these really, really small islands. And it turns out they were formed because of sea level rising. There's supposed to be a whole piece of land. Not really land, but, I mean, yes, it's land, but just like a very thin, tiny line of land, I guess. Yeah. And the huge group of people includes everyone I know in USC and some in my community college. And it's like a mix of everyone. And It's so random and messy and yeah, I was struggling to find a producer, so I tried to like look around and thinking to myself, who is the best to be a producer, because the whole gang there is there for my film, and I was even rehearsing scenes with the actors. I was rehearsing the last scene. You know, it was the Empire. Yeah. And then I didn't want to betray people. And more people felt problematic. Like this white girl who wore an Israeli flag on her was just really weird. And then, yeah, someone you think is politically correct, and then turns out they are politically incorrect. And stuff like that. Beautiful film, though. The one I saw last night. Oh, I'm talking about the dream. I'm falling asleep right now. What else happened in the dream? Yeah, it felt very weird. Like, everyone's kind of looking up to me. Cliff is there. I think, like, Naomi Zika was there. I saw Ryan, the Asian guy. Cliff was there. There was this one girl whom I trust and I want to be producer. Oh yeah, and I was gonna like DM her or text her like who I think should be the first AD. Like what are the candidates? And then I couldn't find the girl, and I'm like, who was I talking to in the first place? Yeah, very confusing indeed. I just wish I'm not sleepy right now. I have therapy at 12, and then I have nothing to do until tonight. I have the golden premiere, and then I have a Click2View party, which I'm really excited for. I don't know why. I'm usually scared of parties, but this might be one of the last parties I'm going to attend as an undergrad, so I'm quite excited. I'm going to do like nail polish and everything, so it's going to be fun. Yeah. Also, the water came back at around 4 a.m., so I didn't really have to worry that much. I had a whole bucket of water ready. I have a whole pot. Didn't need any of that. The water came back, so that was nice. Okay, time now is 3:33 a.m. in the morning. I literally just came back home like 40 minutes ago ish, and holy fuck. I don't know where to start. But today is probably the best day I've had the year so far. Just bombastic. I don't even know where to begin. I guess the first half of the day is pretty plain and simple. I woke up and I only slept for about 4.5 hours. I was so sleepy. I woke up and went back to sleep like 4 times, basically. And after waking up, I didn't really have a lot of time to eat breakfast or do whatever. So I just shoved a cookie down my throat and I drank a shot of milk, which is kind of bad because today I'm lactose intolerant. And I walked very fast to therapy, and I was late for about 10 minutes, but it's okay. But yeah, I did therapy at the Engelman Health Center at 12, and it went from 12 to about 1, and it was generally very positive. Like, I talked about very positive things, and these positive changes that I'm experiencing, and it was very good. And then after the therapy session, I went to DMC. Actually, I went to my writing spot and I tried to write, but I ended up spending a lot of time I ended up spending a lot of time just texting people and just like typing other stuff. So at around 2 p.m., I took a bus, went back home, and I went to the bathroom, and I just didn't do much after that. I finished an episode of Stranger Things. I spent like 2 hours making this map for this anime Steel Ball Run just for fun. I don't know why I'm making bullshit, but I like that. I like, back in Forms 5 and 6, back when I was a teenager, I used to do like bullshit on my computer, and I feel like I should go back to doing that. But yeah, not too long later, I had to leave. I made myself lunch, and I realized that I am not hungry enough to make dinner at 6 p.m. B, I don't even have the time to finish dinner. So I decided to just leave. So the Golden premiere, so Daniel Pan's short film Golden is premiering at SCA 112, the same theater/classroom where I take the Mary Sweeney class. And the premiere starts at 7:30. And so I thought maybe I should start prepping at 6:30. And by prepping, I mean doing my nails, which is clean now, doing my eyeliner, doing my lipstick, gelling my hair, etc. Because I will probably immediately head to the party. But the more I think about it, the more I realize the Golden premiere is 7:30. It's not going to last that long. It's probably going to last for like an hour-ish. And then the Click to View party starts at 9:30. I don't have to be at the Click to View on time. So there's like a little gap where I could just go home, make a quick dinner, and whatever. So why not just do the nails now and then worry about the rest later? So I did my nails. And they're so messy. And wow. I tried to do them as fast as I can, but it's such a fucking mess. They take forever to settle, and I tried to wear socks, and that was a fucking nightmare. I ruined a lot of my nails are ruined. Like the nail polish, they're all skanked. They're all crushed. I don't know how to describe it. They're all ruined. And I'm like, whatever, I gotta go. So I at around 7:45, I arrived at SCA, the Ray Stark part of SCA. Turns out the film hasn't even premiered. It hasn't even played because they're running into technical difficulties. Turns out they haven't even exported it because they noticed that one of the takes in the final cut shouldn't be in there. And so now they're exporting a new cut, and it's the final cut. Literally, when they are supposed to premiere the film, they're still exporting it, which is literally me, which is so real, by the way. I think a lot of great filmmakers do that, where, like, they're supposed to screen this film, and they don't even submit the film until the morning of the day that it's supposed to premiere. Like, Wong Kar-wai does that, David Lynch does that. It's such a filmmaker thing to do, I think. But yeah, I was there, and quite a bunch of people I know were there. Of course, Kate Xiao was there, and all the people in that gang, like Ethan Kwan, the Woos, Keisha. No, Keisha didn't show up. She overslept. But yeah, they're all inside the theater, and then I was outside, and then I met a bunch of other people, like Danny Oak and Tara Sue, etc. And I was just there hanging out and then talking. And then we went into the theater and we watched it. And it's still very awkward because we went inside and they still haven't finished exporting it. So Daniel Pan and co, they tried to stall time by just talking and giving thanks. And I'm really happy for him. But in my head, I'm just thinking, if I was him, I wouldn't do that. Because I'm just making things more awkward. And I'm just making things feel very sappy. And I guess it works for the film, but I would never do that before my film. Like, I would never give a whole, like, long speech just thanking everyone before the film. I might do it after the film, but just not before. And then we did a Q&A thing, and then suddenly some random person went into the theater and was like, we actually closed SCA 20 minutes ago, and you're not supposed to use this room. And everyone's like, what? And then Kate Xiao and Andrew Wu, they went out and they negotiated with the people here, and they allowed us to have the room until 8:40. they finally played the film, and in the middle of the film, Andrew Wu called me, and I texted him, and Andrew Wu was like, "Oh, I was just gonna ask, like, where else can we screen the film? But we're chill." But yeah, that's pretty much it. The film itself is fine. It's better than the test cut. If I have to be honest, I think the film is very safe. And when Daniel Pan said it was shortlisted, but it wasn't chosen, and he wanted to make it into a big film, I get it. But also, it's like, there are better ideas, you know. But yeah, yeah, anyways. So, that's that. Yeah. So, Golden premiere is over. Daniel Pan was on the verge of tears. I'm really happy. Even though I think the film is, like, not the greatest film ever, I'm just really happy to see someone who spent, like, years over this finally have it be done. And sort of everyone came up to support him. And again, nothing like that ever happened to me. I've made 12 short films now, and none of them had, like, a big premiere. So I don't know, I just feel like it's a beautiful thing, and I hope that one day I get to do that too. But yeah, I went up Daniel Pan, I was like, congratulations, and he's like, it'll be your turn, and yeah, I feel like I just zoned out. Also, right now I'm like recovering, but about an hour ago I was actually quite drunk. So right now my mind is probably bits and pieces here and there, and yeah. Okay, anyways, I left at around, maybe 8:50, I left SCA, and as I was leaving, I ran into Toll, and Toll was like, "Oh, I'm actually on my way to set," and I'm like, "Set? At night?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's for, like, Eulogy," and I'm like, "Oh, Eulogy, what?" Of course, I asked Toll what set, because I'm at the point in SCA where I know almost every production that's happening. Yesterday I ran into Bien Bagui, and Bien Bagui was talking about Stardust. I know about Stardust. They were talking about, Toll was talking about Eulogy. I know Eulogy. I almost became PD for it, but of course Jiayun decided not to give it to me, because of course. And then, when I was helping with Emma and Arjun's film, the leak by Jin was doing on the other soundstage. I know all the films that's currently being filmed right now. Like, I'm just that connected with SCA right now, which is so fucking crazy. But yeah, anyways, I took a lift, went back home, I did my nails, I did my eyeliner and everything, which is quite nice. My second time doing eyeliner for real, I think. And again, like, every time I do it, I'm like, oh, I'm so feminine. Ooh, I didn't expect myself to look so feminine. But yeah, I shaved, I did eyeliner, and it took forever. And then I cooked. I made myself a simple, like, ground beef, corn, and rice, and it's, like, kind of mediocre, and I couldn't finish it in time. And then at 10:10 p.m., I called a lift, went over to the same place where they did the KXSC Halloween party, the Click to View screening arena. Apparently that's also Garrett's apartment. Apparently. Yeah, so I went there. Christian called me. I thought Christian's there already. And also, like, I think I was talking to Maisie earlier today. I was like, "Hey, Maisie, are you going?" Maisie's like, "Yeah." And Christian is going too, and Grace is going too. So I'm like, oh my god, I'm so excited. So I arrived at the party. No one's there. No one showed up. It's so crazy. I don't know why no one showed up. But no one showed up to the party. I mean, by no one, I mean maybe about 10 people. Like, all the core members, and then maybe a few others. It was very awkward. It was very empty. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know that. But I showed up anyways. I got some drinks. Got Coca-Cola with vodka and said hi to people. I don't know why. Like I'm extra made up right now, like with ear piercings, eyeliner, nail polish, and people are noticing it. People are pointing them out, and Riley pointed them out. Riley's like, "Oh, it looks so cool." And again, I think I'm straight, and I feel like there's so. I spoke to so many gay men today, and they're all so impressed, or like gay or bi or queer, like they're all so impressed by. Like I also did lipsticks. They're all like so impressed by lipsticks, and I told them I'm dressing up, and they're like, "Okay, you're dressing up, okay." And I just feel like I'm queer baiting people, but then again, I'm doing this David Bowie thing where I'm just gonna change my persona a little bit here and there, you know. But I just feel like I feel bad. Maybe I shouldn't do this, but I like doing this. Maybe I shouldn't do this. I don't know. But it was really nice. I spoke with everyone, and everyone's really nice to me, which is really crazy. Again, I feel like even in therapy today, I mentioned this. I talked about how I feel like I'm finally being accepted, and yeah, um, yeah, I feel like I'm finally like people are enjoying talking to me. Like I talked to Anya quite a bit. I talked with Colin quite a bit. I talked to Rachel Barris, and again, Rachel's script is selected as a shortlist, and her story is actually really interesting. Her story is about siblings, like two sisters, I guess, and one of the sisters got kidnapped by an alien, and then she came back and she's all weird and messed up, and then the main character has to live with it. And I thought it's like a really sad, beautiful kind of like alien horror mystery, and you know, I'm glad she's shortlisted. But she said she read other people's scripts and they're all kind of safe and boring. This girl, Emma Yan, whom I believe I met because she's with the Jayun group of friends, you know, Your Girlfriend short film group, and she got two scripts selected in the shortlist. And Rachel told me that someone she knows told her that it's because Emma Yan tried to kill herself, and she went to psych ward, and I guess the faculty was really touched by that, and had to give her 2 spots in the shortlist. Anyways, I don't care. I went up to Colin, and I thought Colin didn't get in for anything. Turns out Colin got shortlisted for producing. I didn't know that. But Colin didn't. Colin submitted a script. Colin also submitted for directing, but he ended up shortlisted for producing, which is sad because Colin's super talented. And Colin's like, "Oh, it's fine. I'm in 480 hell right now. It's fine." And Anya didn't get anything. So Anya's like, "Fuck, you know, I'm gonna be gaffer, I guess." But yeah, whatever. Who else did I speak to? I spoke to a lot of people. Swanon. I don't know what's going on with Swanon and her boyfriend Michael Freda. And Rachel Shin was outside at the front gate the whole time. And Rachel Shin drank some weed juice, which I didn't even know exists. And she was so high. She was high out of her mind, and she couldn't speak well, and she's just like zoning out. And Swanon took some, and Swanon was like tripping balls, and Swanon was like talking very seriously, and I could sense that something weird is going on. And she made a phone call, and I'm just like scared, like I don't know what's going on. And apparently her boyfriend randomly left. It's just really random. So everyone's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And then I saw Tavishi, who is just drinking left and right. And then at 11 p.m. she left with her friend and went to some frat party and came back alone. So her friend, this girl from BCA, she's just gone. She's just gone in some frat house fucking some random guy, I guess. So Tavishi came back and she's drinking more. And before she left though, she and I, we did a shot of vodka together. Except the shot is actually 3 shots. It was in a blue Solo cup, and we did the arm interlinked thing, and we chugged it. She did like 5 shots. So I did like maybe 2 or 3 shots worth of vodka, and it was so much, and it was way stronger than I thought it would be. I thought I would be like at least somewhat good with alcohol at this point. I didn't anticipate how strong like raw vodka is. I always mix it with like Coca-Cola, cranberry juice, or like lemonade or something. It was just pure vodka. I just feel like I downed kerosene. Like it doesn't even feel like a good drink. It just feels like fucking kerosene. It just feels like industrial oil. Like I feel like I just drank some industrial like shit. Like I like some chemical that I'm not supposed to drink, some detergent. And it was so strong, and it like made my throat all like it burning, and I was like tearing up a little bit. Tavishi's fine. She's 17. She's like 6 years younger than me. She's a-okay. But maybe she flew a little bit too close to the sun, because near the end of the party, at around 1 a.m., she threw up, and someone had to call a Lyft for her. But yeah, that was a bit crazy, and yeah. There's the apple bobbing game. I saw Nobi. We talked a little bit. Nobi, I think he's neurodivergent because he would just talk and he would yap about a lot of random things and just no self-awareness at all, which is great. I'm glad I'm not the only one who acts like that, I guess. But he did the apple bobbing game. I didn't at the end. But yeah, that's very random. I told Nobi Christian's coming, and he's like, what? Because Nobi's like super close friend with Katie Yoon. But Nobi left. So Christian, Maisie, and Gracie, where the hell are they? I thought they were gonna come at 10 p.m. I called them. I called Christian. I texted Maisie. Turns out they are pre-gaming at Christian's place, and they were just chatting and drinking beer the whole time. And then they finally showed up at like midnight or like 1 a.m. and it's so late, and tons of people have left, and but it's fine. But they showed up, and I'm really happy that they showed up. Also, at that point, I felt drunk, and I feel like today's the first time where I felt consciously drunk. The funny thing is, I've been drunk before, but I've never been able to confirm that I feel drunk, because I always chalk it up to as like sleep deprivation. Like in Cannes, I drank a lot. I drank a lot of red wine, and I would feel dizzy, but then I'm like, oh, I'm just like tired. And then that one like Click2View meeting, I guess, that one Click2View mixer I drank, and again I felt very dizzy, but then I'm like, oh, maybe it's just because I'm tired. But today I had food, and though I am sleep deprived, I wasn't that tired. But that shot of vodka plus 2 more cups of Coke and vodka made me feel very dizzy. And so by the time Maisie, Christian, and Gracie showed up, I was a little drunk, but not enough to be like batshit insane. I'm still very like, I still know what I'm saying. I still know what I'm thinking. I still act normal. But I feel dizzy. But I feel loosened up, and very interesting. And holy shit, I've never seen Maisie so talkative. And I guess Maisie's a little drunk, but I've never seen her so opened up and talkative and fun. And I had a conversation with her. And by then, like, only the core members of Click2View are here. I introduced the Click2View people with them, and they were like saying hi, but they didn't talk to each other much. At the end, it's still Christian, Maisie, and Gracie talking to each other, which is like, come on, like Maisie and Click2View people, they're meant to be together. Maisie's meant to be part of this group. Maisie is broken, edgy, crazy girl who is also really artsy, and like, even though I can't say for sure, but I can feel it, and it's just a waste. But I'm glad at least I was able to introduce them to the Click2View people. But yeah, and I tried to push my limits, and I made myself a Mountain Dew vodka mixture, so I drank a lot of vodka. Really tried to push it. Yeah, and then I said goodbye to the Click2View people. We left the house at around 1-ish a.m. and then Gracie drove me, Christian, and Maisie to Christian's place, and then we spent about an extra 20 minutes sort of just chatting on the couch, which is really nice. And And I really wanted to do this all the time. Like, I really wanted to just sit down and talk, especially with Maisie, who I still think is such an interesting person. I still think, like, Maisie hasn't said anything extremely interesting to me yet, but the more I learn about her, the more I'm like, damn, she's such an interesting person. She's so layered, and she's so, I don't know, she's holding something back, you know. She was showing off her piercings on her ear, and her ear is fucking, like, covered in metal. There's one, and it's called the fucking Scalix, like, and it's like this thing, and she's like, which one are you talking about? And I touched her, like, thing over here, and, she talked about her, like, surface piercing here, like, her skin piercing, and, like, all these, like, metal on her face, and she's smiling and talking out loud. It's like, what? But yeah, we just talked at Christian's place for a little bit, and Maisie went to the bathroom twice. The second time she went, she was puking. Like, me and Christian, we heard puking sounds, and for a moment I was like, oh god, what's going on? You know, is she okay? I asked, is she okay 3 times to 3 different people today, but I was like, is she okay? And then she knocked something over, but she's like fine. She came out of the bathroom, she's like, oh, I just knocked something over, blah blah blah. But I heard puking, like, oh my god. So at 2-ish a.m., I'm like, I left. But the thing is, at 2 a.m., Lyft stops working, so I had to walk home, which is fine. It's a 19-minute walk from Christian's place to my place. It's not the end of the world. But first, we went to Maisie's place. Me and Christian went to Maisie's place, which is 3 minutes away. And I got to see her place, which is fucking insane. And I got to see her cat, Beso. And her cat's really nice. I let her cat sniff me, played with the cat, petted it. And Maisie's like, wow, he likes you. And I got to see Maisie's room, which is so fucking crazy. If you had told me 2 years ago that one day I'll visit Maisie's bedroom and play with her cat. When I took the intro to art directing class, and this kind of quiet girl sitting in the back, like, kind of mysterious girl, if you tell me one day I'll visit her bedroom and play with her cat, I'd be like, no fucking way, but that's true. That just happened. And her bedroom is wall to wall litter. It's about this size, a little larger though. Very nice, but like wall to wall covered in posters. Super lived in. Got this huge globe, got books and everything. Just a very cozy, but also like very, very her. And she's like, yeah, I project my identity all over the wall. But yeah. And then we said goodbye. She's like, shoo. And then I was gonna walk back. And Christian's like, oh, I want to buy something at AM, PM. And I'm like, what? It's like 2:30 AM. She's like, yeah. Christian's like, oh, I'm going to go back and grab my wallet. And I'm like, okay, sure, I can go with you. And then as I'm going back on West 37th Street, outside of Kate's apartment, I hear voices. And I saw some people walking towards a car. And I'm like, holy fuck. Is that Andrew Wu and Brandon Wu and Keisha and Daniel Pan? Like, oh my god, it's them. I'm like, holy shit. There's no way. I literally saw them a couple hours ago. And then now I'm back on the other side of the campus and I still run into them. What are the chances? Holy fuck. Moments like this made me wish I recorded it, but these things just happen simultaneously, and these things just happen spontaneously, and I just I can't really film it, but it really did happen. It felt like a miracle. And they were like, well, I can drive you home, because it's late, there's no free Lyft. So the Woos, they drove me home, and I got to say goodbye to Daniel Pan, etc. It's so fucking crazy. It's like CMD, you know, back in CMD where I show up to the campus and I leave my water bottle there. I'm not worried because I know someone I know is going to pick it up and I trust them. It's like that, but like bigger. Because now the USC area, right? Literally West 37th Street, Kate's place, Maisie's place, Christian's place, the Click to View place. They're all in the same vicinity. I go to campus and I run into people I know. Toll shows up out of nowhere. I'm so secure. If you think about it, I know everyone and I'm connected to everyone now. And I can't believe I'm saying this because for so long I've been like complaining about being alone and disconnected, but truly, if at 2 a.m. in the morning I'm gonna run into people I know and they can drive me home, that's fucking power, okay? That's social power right there. I've gone somewhere and it's so crazy I'm seeing them again tomorrow. So, yeah, it's just absolutely bonkers. Now I'm back and I'm gonna directly go to bed. But, I'm just real happy that I got to see so many people I know and I trust all in one day. I think, yeah, as far as people I trust goes, it's got to be Colin and Colin and a little bit of Garrett, Anya. It's crazy. I remember back in like spring last year, I run up to Colin and Anya at SCA and they were like kind of quiet. Like, I don't know, I think back in like even last year I used to be so awkward and now it's so different. And yeah, I just feel really grateful. I truly enjoyed today. And I felt more personal with Maisie. I tried to talk more personally with her, but I guess I just didn't have the time. But Maisie like almost fell asleep on Christian's couch, and I was talking to her about how I just want to enjoy the rest of my semester and, you know, sort of like cherishing every moment and yeah, and yeah. I'm gonna go to bed. My kidney actually hurt a little bit right now, which is bad. I think it's the vodka. Yeah. What a day. What a day. What a weekend. It's been a pretty fucking insane weekend so far. Yeah. Don't know. This might be the greatest weekend of my USC life. Not even kidding. This might be the greatest weekend of my USC life. I mean, I hope it gets even better from here on out. But this is fucking like yesterday and today was just like I don't know how am I gonna top this like that. Like just being able to speak to so many people and again like nothing too crazy happened. Like I'm not dating a girl. Like I didn't, you know, like nothing crazy happened to me. It's just a party, which isn't even that like great. But I don't know. I just think this experience is just like kind of what I was looking for. You know, this was kind of what I was looking for, and to be able to straddle between the APCA people and the Click to View people, it's just so rare as well because I feel like you're either with one group or the other. Yeah. And then now we have the Maisie Christian trio, which is so crazy. Maisie, I thought Maisie's really quiet and defensive, but she's really close to Christian now, I guess. So, yeah,